A few weeks passed and I finally settled back into my old routine. The whole trip seemed like some sort of weird dream now that reality had once again set in. Still, I'm glad I went, even if it didn't exactly end happily. Sometimes I even found myself wondering what they're doing now, even though it really hadn't been all that long. I kinda missed them. Mr. Wolf, the Count, and even Mr. Bandages. I pushed these thoughts away as I unlocked the front door to the house Mira and I shared. Stopping at the store on my way home had made me later than usual, but the house still shouldn't have been this quiet. Hey Mira, I'm back.
We're in the kitchen.
We? Hey, you aren't allowed in the kitchen after last... I cut myself off as I rounded the corner to see Mira and a very uncomfortable-looking Landon nursing mugs of coffee. Mira? What's going on? Mira knew all about what happened in those 2 weeks, and especially that last night, so her sitting calmly and drinking coffee with him didn't make any sense to me. You didn't poison the coffee, did you?
We've been here waiting for you for over an hour. If I did poison it, he'd be dead by now or ready to keel over.
Landon shifted uncomfortably before speaking.
Mira, could you...
Sure thing. If you need me, I'll be in the other room, Emma.
Wait, Mira, what? I couldn't even finish the question. There were so many running through my mind. What's going on? What is he doing here? What did the two of you talk about? What should I do? What?
I think the two of you need to talk.
But...
Just listen to what he has to say. If you want to kick him out after, I'll even help you do it, all right?
All right. I watched her leave before turning back to Landon. What the hell do you want? I glared at him icily. It hadn't been so long that I could think of the things he said to me without getting angry.
I want to talk.
Well, that didn't work out so well last time.
I remember.
He shot me a wry smile.
Last time, I wasn't exactly in my right mind, and I said some...
If I recall, you said that being drunk made you honest. So you obviously meant everything you said.
Well, that's the thing about me being drunk. I might say what I mean, just not the way I mean it.
What does that even mean?
Do you know how hard it was for me to ask Eric for your details?
He's your best friend. Why would that be hard?
Because I'm supposed to be the one who protects him, the one that helps him, not the other way around. I'm supposed to be the strong one, the one who doesn't need anything. But then you came along. You don't know how much I hated you for that. You made me weak. You, this brat who argued with me at every chance, made me... I tried to deny it, but it was there. That last night, I decided to just go for it, and you shot me down. Not that I can blame you for that. I thought that that was my sign that I should move on, and I tried. I really did. I spent weeks trying to keep myself occupied with other things, but every little thing just brought me back to you. Eventually, I caved. I went to Eric and asked him about you. I thought that maybe the reason I kept thinking about you was because of what you said, that you weren't rich and famous. He gave me the answers I asked for, but it didn't change anything. Then he sat me down and showed me the video feed from that night and asked me what I meant when I said all those things. He felt that you should hear it. So, you have no idea how embarrassing this is.
He pulled out a folded up piece of paper.
Eric chose the wording, so it's more flowery than I would have liked, but he's better at these things than I am, and after last time, I didn't want to risk it, so...
He cleared his throat and started to read.
I'm not about to commit myself to someone I've only known for a fortnight. I'm not ready for marriage, but I want to spend more time with you. I'm offering you a hell of a lot more than I offer most. You're the only one that's made me want something more. A monogamous arrangement of indeterminate time. A relationship for as long as we both want it. Being lavished with gifts and money. Being shown my affection in one of the few ways I know how. At my expense. I want to give the world to you. Do you think I'd offer myself to just anyone? You're special to me.
He looked up at me warily as I stared back at him blankly.
Well, say something.
What do you want me to say?
I know what I want to hear, but that's not what this is about. I'm being completely honest with you, and I want you to do the same.
Did Eric write that for you too?
No.
I looked at him, silently trying to determine the sincerity of his words. So, what happens when you get bored?
What?
That night you said we'd hook up until one of us was bored.
Oh, that.
Mira says that you've never been with anyone for...
Longer than a week. We spent 2 weeks together at Eric's mansion, and I spent the past few weeks pining over you, and I'm not even close to bored yet. To be honest, if I'm going to do it, I might as well go all the way. I'm more worried about the opposite. I'm not exactly Mr. Winning Personality here. Still, a relationship only works if both parties are interested. So if you don't want me, there's nothing I can really do about it.
You say that, but how do I know you're not just trying to get into my pants and won't lose interest when you're done?
I'm rich, but not even I would fly halfway around the country to grovel in the hopes of getting laid. Besides that, do you remember what I told you about my parents?
Yes?
The reason I lost interest in the others wasn't because I could have them at my beck and call. It's because I could never see myself caring about them the way my parents care for each other.
And you can see yourself caring about me that way.
I've never cared for anyone the way I do for you, and it just keeps getting stronger.
You're sounding like Eric again.
He's my best friend. And if you tell him that, I will deny it. Some part of that idiot must have rubbed off on me. So, your answer?
Where are you staying? I should probably call a taxi to get you back.
You don't need to.
I watched him hang his head dejectedly and decided to take pity on him. How long are you staying in town for?
A few days. I thought you might want some time to... I wanted to take some photos, even if...
You're going to need a guide to show you the sights, and I know just the person.
It's okay. You don't need to watch out for me. I can find my way around, and if not, well, my flailing will take me to interesting places to photograph.
But I'm going to need to watch out for you if we're going to enter a monogamous arrangement of indeterminate time. I kinda need to keep you safe, don't you think? His head snapped up so fast that I winced, even as I tried to hide a smile at the goldfish impression his mouth was making.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
I'm not sure. What do you think I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure we started out with some pretty rough communication.
You want to enter into a relationship with me?
Sounds crazy, huh? I guess hell must be experiencing winter.
Okay, just to double clarify something.
He got up and walked towards me with all the grace of a panther. He put both hands on my hips before leaning down towards me.
You really are tiny, you know that? At least meet me halfway here.
I'm tiny, and you're a giant. Opposites attract. I smiled before leaning up to meet his lips. Our lips had barely touched when Mira burst into the room.
Hey, no making out in the house. Rules are rules.
Were you listening at the door? No, wait, don't answer that.
He looked at me before grabbing my arm and dragging me out of the kitchen. Hey, where? We were barely out of the house, the door still swinging shut, when he crushed his lips against mine. I smiled inwardly at his impatience as I wrapped my arms around his neck. I knew the road ahead wasn't going to be easy, but nothing worth it ever is.